Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at wrestlers and managers who only made one appearance in a WWE game. Unlike other lists out there, we have also included WWE Legends of WrestleMania and WWE All-Stars, so guys like Big John Studd and Junkyard Dog for example won't be included. We also didn't include wrestlers who debuted in WWE 2K19 as there is a possibility that they will be included next year. Oksana was part of the all-female third season of NXT. She eventually made her way to SmackDown, competed in the Vicky Guerrero Divas Championship Invitational at WrestleMania 30, and also eventually released from her contract in mid-2014. This was her one and only video game appearance in WWE 2K14. Shockingly, even though Alex Riley had long tenure in WWE, he only appeared in WWE 12. He was mostly remembered for his run as sidekick to The Miz. Riley was released from his contract in 2016 after a brief return to NXT. Armando Estrada was a non-playable character in WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2008. Umaga returned in the 2009 edition, but Estrada did not. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the pre-order bonus for WWE 2K16. Both Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 attires were included in the game. Austin Aries was part of WWE 2K17's Future Stars DLC pack. It looks unlikely he will be in another WWE game going forward. Bill DeMott was a non-playable character in WWE 2K15. He would be the NXT trainer in the game. Controversy regarding how DeMott treated newcomers in WWE would lead him to resign in March of 2015. A surprising entry, Billy Kidman only appeared in Raw 2 for the original Xbox. He was scheduled to appear in Smackdown Shut Your Mouth, but he was cut from the game. His character model here in Raw 2 is a bit questionable though. Bruno Sammartino was included in WWE 2K14 and wouldn't be included as a legend again. It is likely though that he could make another appearance in the future. Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 included an appearance from Cowboy Bob Orton and also done voiceover work for Randy Orton's Road to WrestleMania mode. You'll have to break out the GameCube and play WrestleMania 19 to be able to take control of Dawn Marie. Her chances of returning in future games are slim. While Demolition Crush appeared in other games under his Vanilla Crush gimmick and also in WrestleFest where he teamed with Demolition Smash, Demolition Axe has only ever appeared in one game. WWE 12 saw Axe and Smash team up as legends in the game. WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 included the Hart Dynasty, Tyson Kidd, Natalya and Harry Smith. This would be Smith's first and final game. Dr. Death Steve Williams appeared in WWF Attitude in 1999. He also left the WWE the same year and appeared in WCW. It's been said his character was beyond repair after his defeat in the Brawl for All tournament. George the Animal Steel was included in Smackdown Here Comes the Pain as an unlockable character. He unfortunately died of kidney failure in 2017. People who pay close attention to the Sega 32X version of WWF Raw will notice Gorilla Monsoon calling the action. Beside him is Stephanie Wand. These are obviously NPC characters, but it's still really cool to see them here. Strangely, they are not in any other version of the game, as they are replaced by Jerry Lawler and Vince McMahon in all other releases. Hillbilly Jim is another character who could return in the future. His last appearance was in Smackdown Here Comes the Pain as an unlockable legend. His character model here leaves a lot to be desired though. Miss Jackie appeared in WrestleMania 21 for the original Xbox. The game did have good graphics for its time, but it was riddled with bugs and glitches. My own copy froze every time at the same spot during career mode. Anyway, this is Miss Jackie's one and only game appearance. Jerry Lynn can be found in WWF Smackdown Just Bring It, the first licensed WWE game on the PlayStation 2. After a gold-filled career beginning in 1998, Jerry Lynn now works as a backstage agent in Ring of Honor. Jimmy Wang Yang can be found in Smackdown vs. Raw 2009. Not a lot to say here, it's Jimmy Wang Yang. 3 for 1 here, Joey Abs, Rodney and Pete Gas. The Main Street Posse were included in WWF Smackdown 2 Know Your Role on the PlayStation 1. This was the only time all three were included in a WWE game. Joey Mercury was featured in Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 as part of the M&M tag team. Joy Giovanni participated in the 2004 WWE Diva Search, finishing third. She ended up receiving a WWE contract though, and was included in Smackdown vs. Raw 2006. Caitlyn can be found in WWE 2K14. She recently returned to take part in last year's Mae Young Classic, so there's a possibility she could return in a future game. Rumoured to have left the WWE due to girlfriend Mickie James' backstage relationship with John Cena, former Spirit Squad leader Kenny Dykstra can be found in Smackdown vs. Raw 2008. Kenzo Suzuki was cut from Smackdown vs. Raw 2006, but he does appear in Day of Reckoning 2 for the GameCube. Starting his career in New Japan Pro Wrestling and working in WWE, AAA, Dragon Gate and All Japan Pro Wrestling, Suzuki does have a long tenured career behind him. This was his only appearance in a WWE game. 2007's edition of Smackdown vs. Raw saw the only appearance of ECW original Kid Cash. Kid Cash signed with WWE in 2005 and lasted until September 2006. Kurgan was an unlockable character in WWF Attitude for the PlayStation 1. His model was based on his days as one of the oddities. He wouldn't be seen again in a WWE game after this release. Kurgan got into acting after his WWE career ended and was featured in movies such as 300 and Sherlock Holmes. Luna Vachon was the very first woman to be featured in a WWE game when she appeared in WWF Raw for the 16-bit consoles. This would also be the only time she was featured in a game. No other women were featured in the game, so she just wrestled against the guys. Mae Young here is included in fan favourite game WWF No Mercy for the N64. Her character did need unlocked though. Marvelous Marc Mero was an unlockable character in WWF Attitude. While he was in the WCW Super Brawl game for the Super Nintendo as Johnny B. Bad, this was his first and only WWE game appearance. To unlock Marc Mero, you gotta win the European title. Marcus Cor Von can be found in Smackdown vs. Raw 2008. In late 2007, Cor Von took several months off for unspecified family issues. After 3 months inactivity, WWE announced on September 19, 2007 that Cor Von was released from WWE. Batista clone Mason Ryan is selectable in WWE 12. He wouldn't return for further games. Mason would be dropped from WWE in 2014 after a failed return to NXT. You'll need to pick up Smackdown Shut Your Mouth if you wish to play as Maven once again, remembered for winning the first Tough Enough and once eliminating Undertaker from a Royal Rumble match. Mike Tyson was a pre-order bonus for WWE 13. The game featured highlights from the Attitude Era, and he was featured as a special ringside enforcer at WrestleMania 14. He was also playable if you pre-ordered the game. WWE 2K16 featured a single-player mode that looked back on the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. His ECW match with Mikey Whipwreck was included in the game. Mikey is unlockable and is fully playable, but this is the only WWE game you're going to find him in. While Yokozuna made appearances in previous games, Mr. Fuji can only be found as a manager in WWE 2K14. There are workarounds though that let you play as managers in the game. Look it up on YouTube. Picking up a copy of Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 will let you play as Paul Virgil if you ever really feel the need to. Even his character model looks fucking depressed though. Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 features Psicosis. The WCW Cruiserweight favourite made his way to WWE as one of the Mexicools. Unfortunately, it isn't possible to get Psicosis in his classic WCW mask. Rich Swann was let go from WWE after getting arrested for a domestic dispute. Check my 50 wrestler mugshots video for more on that, but here is his one and only appearance in WWE 2K18. Rob Conway is playable in Smackdown vs. Raw 2006, and yes, his theme music is included in all its glory. Conway announced that WWE released him on May 11th, 2007. Rodney Mack can be found in Smackdown Here Comes the Pain, and he wouldn't be seen again. Rodney Mack was first employed by WWE from 2002 and 2004, and he again worked some house shows for WWE ECW brand between 2006 and 2007. Rosa Mendes here is another non-playable character. She's featured as a manager in WWE 2K16. Modders did find a way though to make her playable. Sabu didn't have a long career in WWE, hence why he was only featured in one game. He's an unlockable character in Smackdown vs Raw 2008. And here's a treat for you for making it this far in the video. Samu was featured in WWF Rage in the Cage for the Sega CD. Rage in the Cage here was the first WWF game to feature actual video footage in the form of FMV clips. Samu of the Head Shrinkers was featured in the game, but this would be his last appearance. Sawyer Fulton here was included in WWE 2K18, but was released in 2017. He was part of the Sanity stable, but he was replaced by Killian Dane with no on-screen explanation. Today, he's still wrestling on the Independents, so there is a chance that he maybe will return. Sean O'Hare can be found in Smackdown Here Comes the Pain. This was his only WWE game appearance. Unfortunately, Sean O'Hare committed suicide by hanging when he was 43 years old. This is another surprising one. Shannon Moore can only be found in Raw 2 for the Xbox. Luckily, Shannon's character model though isn't as bad as Billy Kidman's. Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat is available as DLC in WWE 2K16. It is likely we'll see Stevie Ray again in a WWE game due to his inclusion in this year's Hall of Fame. Smackdown vs Raw 2006 is where you're going to find Sylvian Grenier, should you ever want to play as him. Blue Meanie has only appeared in one WWE game, and that was WWF WrestleMania 2000 on the N64. He was in development for the first Smackdown game, however, on PlayStation 1. Like Mae Young, the Fabulous Moolah is an unlockable character in WWF No Mercy for the Nintendo 64. Highlighting Mae Young and changing her attire reveals Fabulous Moolah as a playable character. Like Sabu, Sandman's WWE career didn't last very long. His only game appearance came in Smackdown vs Raw 2008, again like Sabu. His career ran from 2005 to 2007 within the WWE. This one's another treat, seeing you made it close to the end. The Warlord is an NPC character in the PC versions of WWF WrestleMania, released in 1991. While you can't control the Warlord, you will wrestle against him in the one-player mode. Smackdown vs Raw 2011 features Tiffany as an unplayable character. She was released from her contract in 2010. Another WCW Cruiserweight star that only made one appearance in a WWE game, Ultimo Dragon is selectable in Smackdown Here Comes the Pain, and he's actually quite fun to play as. Vance Archer is only playable in Smackdown vs Raw 2011. Archer was part of the ECW revival in WWE and went on to work some Smackdown episodes, teaming up with Kurt Hawkins. He was released in 2010. I found this hard to believe, but Virgil has only appeared in one WWE game. Virgil is available for a fee as expected in WWE 2K14. He is part of a DLC pack. And finally we have Vito, who had previously worked in WWE in 1991 to 1993, but returned after stints in ECW and WCW. Vito was only playable in Smackdown vs Raw 2007 as he made his first and last appearance as a full-blooded Italian. And that's it guys, I didn't include Tommaso Ciampa on this list as I do feel he will return to the game next year. Who knows though? If you enjoyed the video, give me a like and also subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks again and see you next time.